Good morning, students. I hope you are doing better, right? So, today a special topic for you all. Okay, from today onwards, on the request of many children, I am starting language of chemistry. Okay, I mean basic concepts of chemistry. Okay, so in that mainly we will be dealing with the important basic concepts to understand the main concepts of chemistry. Okay, so most of the children are confused with certain topics like valency, oxidation numbers, okay, chemical formulas, all these things. Okay, so just avoid their confusion, okay, I'm just starting this chapter on the request of many children. Okay, and many children are just complaining that we all are getting headache with this chemistry topic. Please don't feel like that, dear children. Okay, if you have patience, okay, a woodpecker, even she keeps on beating that wood until that wooden pieces are going to break. Okay, a woodpecker, okay, is the best example. How much ever she keeps beating the bark of the tree, okay, even she gets headache also. Okay, until and unless the bark is completely broken, she keeps on and on beating that bark with her beak. Okay, so just take the examples of animals in and around us, okay, and take them as models to you and learn from them. Okay, so today we are going to learn about a very important topic, okay, that is valency. Okay, so how to identify valency of elements and valency of elements in compounds. Okay, valency is the property possessed only by what? Elements only. Okay, so let us learn the concept of what? Valency. A very important topic, valency. Okay, so valency you all know, it is defined as what? Valency is defined as the combining capacity of elements is called as what? Valency. See, all the elements combine with each other to form compounds. Why they combine with each other to form compounds? Okay, just to acquire stability. Okay, so to acquire stability as that of their nearest inert gases, elements combine to form compounds. While combining with how many elements? One element is going to combine to form a particular compound. So that combining capacity of elements is called as what? Valency. Combining capacity of elements. Okay, now combining capacity of elements is called as valency. Okay, and you have modern definition for valency. Okay, what is the modern definition for valency? How to identify valency of an element? Okay, so according to this modern definition, okay, the number of electrons that are lost by an atom, or the number of electrons that are gained by an atom, or the number of electrons that are being shared by an atom to acquire stable gas configuration, you call that as also as valency of that element. So that is the modern definition for elements, valency. Okay, the number of electrons that are lost or gained or shared, okay, that number is called as what? Valency. Okay, the number of electrons that are lost or gained or shared by an atom, okay, to acquire what? To acquire stable gas configuration, to acquire stable inert gas configuration is called as what? Valency. Okay, so how to identify valency of elements? Okay, so that we have to learn now. Okay, so elements you all know, they have been classified into mainly three types. Okay, metals, non-metals, metalloids. Of course, you have radioactive elements are also there. Okay, that kind of classification is also there. Okay, so if you wanted to learn about the valency, you all should know what are metals, what are non-metals, and what are metalloids. Okay, then you can able to identify which element, with the help of this concept of valency, which element is considered as metal and which element is considered as non-metal, and what is their valency. Okay, right. So you all know that metals, if you go for the metals, okay, metals are the substances which are shiny, which are lustrous, which are malleable, ductile, all these properties you have learnt. But if a element name is told to you, okay, and you were asked to identify whether the element is a metal or a non-metal, okay, then how you can identify? Then you can identify based on its electronic configuration. Okay, so if you know the electronic configuration of the element, okay, you can easily identify whether the element is a metal or a non-metal or a metalloid. Okay, how can you say that? Okay, so metals are the substances in which valence electrons are less than 4. Okay, you can even take, I am not speaking about the physical properties of metals here. Okay, I am speaking how to identify a metal using electronic configuration of that element. Okay, so metals are, if the valence electrons are less than 4, okay, if the valence electrons are less than 4, it is considered as what? Metals. Okay, so what are valence electrons? You all have idea. Valence electrons are the electrons which are present in the last orbit of an atom, is called as what? Valence electrons. Okay, like last bench children, they play a very important role, isn't it? And teachers' attention will be totally on the last bench children only, isn't it or not? Okay, so valence electrons, always they try to move out of the influence of nucleus. Okay, imagine yourself to be imagine the classroom to be like an atom. I always say like that only. And teacher is nucleus and children of last bench. Okay, they are what? Valence electrons. They always try to escape and teacher has to catch hold of them, isn't it? So valence electrons, if less than 4, okay, then such kind of elements are what? Metals. Okay, like you can take the example of sodium. Okay, sodium, Na, you have atomic number is 11. Electronic configuration is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Here the last orbit is 3s1. Valence electrons are how many? Less than 4. Okay, valence electrons are less than 4. 1 valence electron. So 1 is less than 4. So sodium is a metal. Okay, sodium is a metal. You know that. Okay, you can even take the example of magnesium, calcium. Okay, example 2. You can take example 2. Potassium will take. Potassium K, 19. Okay, K means what? Potassium, 19. You have the configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. So valence electrons are how many? Only 1. So potassium is also metal. Valence electrons only 1 and 1 is less than 4. So potassium is a metal. Okay, so if valence electrons are less than 4, then it is a metal, and if valence electrons are more than 4, then it is a non-metal. Okay, and if valence electrons are exactly equal to 4, then it is a metalloid. Okay, so or you can also call it as what? Semiconductor substance, right? So these points you have to note down. Some children are not even aware of some basic concepts like this. Okay, so please catch hold of these concepts carefully so that you will have lot much to do with them. So non-metals if you take, okay, valence, I till now did not speak about valency. I'm just telling about valence electrons. Okay, identification of metals and non-metals only I was telling. Okay, so if valence electrons are greater than 4, okay, valence electrons are greater than 4, then they are called as what? Non-metals. You can take the example of nitrogen. Atomic number is 7. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay, so valence shell is what? 2s2, 2p3. Okay, so in that 5 valence electrons are there. Okay, valence electrons are 5. So if valence electrons are greater than 5, then it is a non-metal. Please identify the element to be metal or non-metal first. Okay, you can take the example of phosphorus or sulfur 16. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. Okay, then valence shell is what? 3s2, 3p4. Okay, here valence electrons you are finding them to be 2 plus 4, 6. Here also 2 plus 3, 5. Okay, so valence electrons 2 plus 4 you are finding them to be 6. 6 is greater than 4. So sulfur is a non-metal. Sulfur is a non-metal. So like that you can identify based on the electronic configuration of elements, you can identify whether a given substance is a metal or a non-metal. If valence electrons are exactly equal to 4, then it is considered to be what? Semiconductor substance, or you can even take that as a metalloid also. Okay, so like that you have to identify metals and non-metals first. Okay, then based on this identification of metals and non-metals, we can easily find valencies of that element. Now coming to valencies. Okay, so once you come to know the identification of metals and non-metals, then you can identify valency of that element also. Okay, so let us speak about valency of metals. Okay, valency of metals. Okay, what is valency of metals? Okay, number of valence electrons itself is the valency for metals. Okay, number of valence electrons itself. Okay, number of valence electrons itself is the valency for metals. Okay, now valency for metals is what? The number of valence electrons itself. Okay, and you can take the example of just now as I told you. Example, suppose calcium you take, atomic number is 20. Okay, its configuration is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. You are finding 2 valence electrons in calcium. It's a second A group element. You all know that. Okay, so 4s2. If you go for 4s2, valence electrons are how many? 2. So valency is also 2. Okay, valency is also 2 only. Number of valence electrons itself is the valency for metals. Okay, you can even take the example of aluminium. Okay, suppose Al, atomic number is 13. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. Okay, what is the valence shell in case of aluminium? Okay, 3s2, 3p1. Okay, so number of valence electrons are how many? 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, valence electrons are 3. So valency is also 3 only, because valence electrons, if they are less than 4, it is metal. You all know that aluminium is a metal. Okay, so valency of that metal is also 3 only. Okay, and next, if you go for non-metals, okay, valency of non-metals. Let us learn about valency of non-metals. Okay, what is valency of non-metals? Valency of non-metals can be given by the formula 8 minus valence electrons. Valency of non-metals. Okay, it is given by the formula what? 8 minus valence electrons. Okay, 8 minus valence electrons. Okay, like you go for the example of non-metals, like you can take oxygen. Oxygen atomic number is 8. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Isn't it? Valence electrons are more than 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Valence electrons are 6. Okay, 6 is greater than 4. So oxygen is what? Non-metal. So for non-metals, the formula is 8 minus valence electrons. Please remember that formula. Okay, so valency of oxygen is how much? Valency of oxygen is equal to 8 minus 6, which is equal to 2. You can take another example. Like you can take the example of phosphorus. Phosphorus is a non-metal. Its atomic number is what? 15. Okay, so 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. Okay, valence electrons you are finding them to be 5. Okay, valence electrons are 5. Okay, then valency is how much? Valency is equal to 8 minus valence electrons. So 8 minus 5, that is equal to what? 3. So valency of phosphorus is how much? 3. Okay, so like that you can calculate valency for metals as well as non-metals also. Okay, suppose if you are given a compound and you are asking for valency of a metal in a given compound. Okay, then how to identify valency in terms of suppose compounds are given, how to identify that also we have to learn. Okay, valency of elements in a given compound. Okay, now I am going to tell you about what? Valency of elements in a given compound. Okay, valency of elements in compounds. Okay, so how to identify valency of elements in compounds? Okay, so for this you have to identify and remember one definition. Okay, you are taking 3 elements as reference elements. One is hydrogen and another is chlorine and another is oxygen. So in terms of hydrogen, oxygen and chlorine, you will be given one more definition is there for valency. Okay, according to that modern definition, even that is also is considered to be what? Modern definition only. Okay, so according to the elements present in the compounds, okay, valency is defined as the number of hydrogens, or the number of chlorines. Okay, the number of hydrogens or the number of chlorines or double the number of oxygen atoms. Double the number of oxygen atoms gives valency of that other element with which it is reacting, either with hydrogen or with chlorine or with oxygen. Okay, other elements valency can be identified by the number of hydrogens or the number of chlorines or double the number of oxygen atoms present in a given compound. Okay, present in a given compound. Okay, so for this, what is the best example? Let us take compounds in which hydrogen is present. Okay, example 1, compounds in which hydrogen is present. Okay, first take the examples where compounds in which hydrogen is present. Okay, compounds in which hydrogen is present. Okay, you can take the example of ammonia. Okay, the best example is example 1, ammonia. You can take the example of ammonia. Ammonia is a compound. The formula for ammonia, do you remember? NH3. Okay, NH3. NH3 is ammonia. Okay, so in this, how many hydrogens you are finding? You are finding 3 hydrogens. So what I am telling you is the valency of nitrogen is 3. Okay, how many hydrogens will be present in the given compound? That number will be the valency of the other element with which it is reacting. Okay, with hydrogen is reacting with. Please understand carefully. Here 3 hydrogens are there. Number of hydrogens, number of H's, 3 are there. Therefore, valency of nitrogen is 3. Okay, here hydrogen is combined with the other element is what? Nitrogen. Valency of nitrogen is 3. Okay, please understand the points. carefully. The number of hydrogens present in a given compound will give the valency of the other element present in that compound. Okay, you can take the example of methane. Okay, methane. Methane. What is the formula for methane? Second example in which hydrogen is present. Okay, methane, CH4. Okay, so methane is having how many hydrogens? 4 hydrogens. Okay, number of hydrogens are 4. So valency of carbon is what? Valency of carbon is 4. Okay, the number of hydrogens present in a given compound. Even same the case with chlorines also. But in case of oxygen, you need to double the number of oxygens, will gives you valency of the other element. Okay, so valency of carbon is 4. You can take other example in which hydrogen is present. Magnesium hydride you can take MgH2. Okay, in this hydrogens are what? This is what? Magnesium hydride. Okay, magnesium hydride. Here number of hydrogens are how many? Number of H's are 2. Therefore, valency of magnesium is 2. Okay, now valency of magnesium is 2. Okay, so like that you can take aluminium hydride, AlH3, AlH3, aluminium hydride. Okay, you can take the example of aluminium hydride. Here the number of hydrogens, how many you are finding? Number of H's are 3. Therefore, valency of aluminium is 3. Okay, valency of aluminium is 3. Okay, so write these all examples. Right, take a screenshot or pause the video and note down. Okay, now this side I am rubbing. Now let us take the examples of compounds in which chlorine is present. Okay, take the examples of compounds in which chlorine is present. Okay, please understand the modern definition carefully. The number of hydrogens or the number of chlorines and double the number of oxygens will gives you valency of that particular element, valency of the other element present in the given compound. Okay, so let us take the case where chlorines are present. Compounds in which chlorines are present. Okay, compounds in which chlorines are present. Compounds in which chlorines are present. Okay, so for this you can take the example. First example is what? NaCl you can take, sodium chloride. Okay, NaCl is what? Sodium chloride. Okay, so here you are finding one chlorine atom. Number of chlorines are what? 1. Okay, number of chlorines 1 only. So valency of sodium is 1. Okay, I am not speaking about the valency of hydrogen, chlorine and oxygen. Valency of the other elements with which they are combining with hydrogen, chlorine and oxygen. Please try to understand carefully. So here chlorine's valency I am not speaking about. Number of chlorines are 1. So sodium's valency is 1. Okay, now valency of sodium is 1. You can take the example of CCl4. Okay, carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride. Okay, so here also number of chlorines are how many? Number of Cl's are 4. Therefore, valency of carbon, here valency of carbon is combining with 4 chlorines. Okay, so combining capacity of carbon is 4. Okay, so you have to understand like that. So valency of not chlorine, valency of carbon. Okay, please understand the points carefully. Valency of carbon is equal to 4. Okay, so number of hydrogens, number of chlorines will gives you the valency of the other element. Now we will see the case where you will find oxygens. Okay, in the given compound. If you find oxygens in a given compound, then you have to double the number of oxygen atoms. okay, present in the given compound will be the valency of the other element present in that compound. Okay, case 3 we'll see examples for the compounds in which oxygen is present. Compounds in which oxygen is present. Okay, compounds in which oxygen is present. Okay, like we'll see the example of magnesium oxide. Okay, magnesium oxide you can take. Magnesium oxide. Okay, you are finding one oxygen atom in magnesium oxide. Okay, what I said you to do according to the definition, double the number will be the valency of the other element. Okay, here number of oxygens are how many? Number of oxygens are 2. Okay, on doubling how many you will be getting? Sorry, one number of oxygen is 1. Number of oxygens in this compound are how many? 1. On doubling means multiply it with 2, then you will be getting 2. Okay, therefore valency of the other element present in magnesium oxide is what? Magnesium. Other than oxygen, magnesium is present. Therefore what I am telling is valency of magnesium is 2. Okay, suppose you can take the example of what we call Al2O3. Okay, Al2O3, aluminum oxide. Aluminium oxide. Okay, aluminium oxide. Okay, here number of oxygens how many are there? Number of oxygens 3 are there. Okay, on doubling you will be getting 6. Okay, so 6 will be the valency of 2 aluminiums. Okay, please understand the points carefully. Valency of Al2O3. Okay, look at this formula. 2 aluminiums. Valency of 2 aluminiums is 6. So valency of 1 aluminium will be 3 only. Okay, valency of 1 aluminium. 1 aluminium valency is 3. Okay, so you have to remember like this. If you are finding two elements, you have to divide by divide by 2, so that you will be getting valency of 1 element. Okay, here you are finding 2 aluminiums. For 2 aluminiums valency is 6. For 1 aluminium valency is 3. You will be asked about valency of that element. For number of elements more are there, you will multiply with that number. How many elements are there? Based on that you will be getting. But for 1 aluminium, generally aluminium's valency is how much? 3. Okay. So you can take the examples like this. One more example I'll just tell you where oxygen is present. Please understand the points carefully. Okay, one more example where oxygen is present. Okay, you can take the example of third example, Na2O. Okay, it is what? Sodium oxide. Sodium oxide. Okay, here number of oxygens are how many? Number of oxygens 1. On doubling you will be getting 2. Okay, on doubling, what I said, wherever oxygens are found, double the number of oxygens will give you the valency of that element. So on doubling, what you will be getting? On doubling 2 you will get. Therefore valency of sodium is 2. Okay, here 2 sodiums are there. Valency of 2 sodiums, 2 NAs is 2. We want valency of 1 element only every time. So valency of 1 sodium atom is 1 Na atom is 1 only. Okay, children will be getting confused with this kind of questions only sometimes. Okay, suppose you can take the example of Fe2O3. Okay, iron oxide. Okay, here number of oxygens are how many? Number of oxygens are 3. On doubling, how many you will be getting? On doubling, will get 6. Okay, so for 2 irons, here Fe2O3 is the formula. For 2 Fe atoms, valency is 6. Okay, So for one iron atom, for one Fe atom, valency is 3 only. Okay, so Fe2O3. Okay, wherever oxygens are there, double the number of oxygens will gives you valency of the other element. Okay, so please understand these points carefully, write and practice. Okay, so always I say, without learning basics, you cannot understand higher concepts of chemistry. Okay, sometimes children feel so tensed and so troubled that chemistry is really is like a mystery, and we are not in a position to understand anything. Yes, even I support you for this. Okay, so if you are in a position to remember the valencies, I mean remember atomic numbers of elements 1 to 30 at least, okay, then you have lot much to do with the valencies, oxidation numbers, all these things can be understood very easily. And these basic concepts, if you can able to follow them properly, whatever the biggest concept of chemistry it is, you can identify and you can learn. Okay, that's why there is a lot much to learn, dear children. Just mere learning, keeping book in front and pretending as if you are learning will never do. Understand the concepts in a better way. Okay, please keep giving comments to me. Okay, so that I will be there to support you in your journey of education, and you are there to support me, okay, to help you in all the ways. Okay, so those who are watching my videos for the first time, please visit my channel, go through all the different videos which I am uploading, and kindly subscribe to my channel. Okay, okay dear children, keep learning, happy learning. Your hard work is your superpower. Okay, until then, thanks for watching. Bye.